silent threat. Are your healthy fruits harming you after 60? Asterisk, welcome to Mr. Senior Health. We all grew up believing fruit was nature's candy, delicious, colorful, and packed with vitamins. But here's a cold, hard truth nobody dares to speak aloud. Some fruits, seemingly harmless, can become dangerous weapons against your health once you're over 60. Yes, dangerous. Asterisk, as we age, our bodies change. Digestion slows. Blood sugar becomes harder to control. Organs like the liver, kidneys, and heart become more sensitive. And that's when certain fruits perfectly fine for younger individuals start transforming into silent threats for seniors. Asterisk, some are loaded with natural sugars that spike your blood glucose. Others contain hidden acids or dangerously interact with medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or heart conditions. The worst part: the damage unfolds gradually, silently, with no symptoms or warnings until it's too late. But here's the good news. Mother Nature doesn't just give us traps. She also provides remedies. There are fruits out there that can reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, protect memory, and strengthen bones. Fruits that don't just taste good, but actively help keep you out of the hospital. Asterisk, someone who has lived through these changes and researched them for decades. I'm going to reveal 4 fruits you absolutely must avoid after 60 and 4 fruits you seriously need to start eating right now. Your body deserves more than guesswork. It deserves clear, precise protection. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because the next video just might save your life, the life of someone you love. Asterisk, we'd love to know where in the world you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments below so we can see how far this message is spreading. Asterisk now. Let's begin. Asterisk, fruits to avoid after 601. Grapefruit, the ticking time bomb. Grapefruit has long been lauded as a heart-healthy choice, but what if I told you that for those over 60, especially those on medication, this fruit isn't a morning ritual, it's a ticking time bomb. Grapefruit contains natural chemicals that block a crucial enzyme in your liver. This is the very enzyme responsible for processing most medications. When that enzyme is shut down, the drugs you take, whether for blood pressure, cholesterol, or anxiety, don't leave your system. They stay. They build up. They escalate to levels your body can't handle. And that's when disaster strikes. Your heartbeat becomes erratic. Your blood won't clot. You feel dizzy, confused, sedated. And nobody suspects the fruit. The danger doesn't scream. It whispers, asterisk, the tragedy. Most seniors never see it coming. They mix grapefruit with their morning meds for weeks, months, until their body suddenly collapses. And no one connects the dots in time. Some don't survive to learn the truth. Grapefruit isn't inherently bad, but for seniors on medication, which is over 70% of those over 65, it's a risk that no longer makes sense. Not when there are safer, smarter fruit options and better ways to protect your health. If a crisp, seemingly healthy fruit can hide this serious danger, what else can do the same? Keep watching, because the next one might be even more shocking. It's small, it's sweet, and if you eat too much, it can silently poison your body. If you find this helpful, type yes in the comments to let me know you're paying attention and taking your health seriously. Asterisk 2. Cherries. The sweet metabolic grenade. Asterisk cherries, especially when eaten in large portions or consumed as juice dried. Fruit or syrup are packed with natural sugars. Just 1 cup contains almost 20 grams. That's a sugar surge a younger body might handle. But for those living with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or even undiagnosed insulin resistance, that innocent handful becomes a metabolic grenade. The sugar doesn't just sit idly. It slams your bloodstream, spiking glucose, stressing your organs, and leaving behind a trail of fatigue, mental fog, and long-term damage. And if you think the danger stops there, think again. Asterisk cherries are naturally acidic, something most people never consider. But for older adults battling inflammation, arthritis, or chronic joint pain, that acidity can subtly aggravate flare-ups. You think you're soothing your body with antioxidants? But in excess, especially in processed forms, these same cherries might be fueling the very pain you're trying to escape. The cost doesn't come all at once. It comes silently. That sudden ache in your knee that ruins your morning walk, that unexplained blood sugar crash that leaves you dizzy, that sleepless night when your joints swell and throb, all stemming from a fruit that feels safe. And that's the tragedy, because when something so sweet, so small, and so familiar turns against you, it's easy to miss the signs until it's too late. Asterisk, now ask yourself, if a handful of cherries can throw your system into chaos, what happens when your potassium levels spiral out of control from something even more common? Something millions of seniors eat every day without a second thought. If this is eye-opening type, yes in the comments to let me know you're still here, still listening, and ready to fight for your health. Asterisk 3. Bananas. The potassium overload paradox asterisk we've been told for decades. Bananas are nature's perfect snack. They fight cramps, provide energy, support the heart, are the poster child for healthy eating. But what if that same banana, the one you've trusted your entire life, becomes a hidden threat once you pass 60? It sounds impossible, but it's not. Here's the truth. Bananas are packed with potassium. While that's great for a young, resilient body, it's an entirely different story for seniors. As we age, our internal filters, especially the kidneys, start to slow down. They no longer flush out excess potassium as efficiently as before. And as that potassium starts to build up, it doesn't just sit idly, it turns on you. Little by little, it interferes with your heartbeats, weakens your muscles, clouds your mind, and saps your energy. All of it happens in silence, without warning, until something goes terribly wrong. Asterisk this condition, hyperkalemia, is rarely spoken about on the news. Yet it sends thousands of older adults to the emergency room every year. Sometimes all it takes is one too many bananas, especially if you're already on blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics. Add heart problems or impaired kidneys to the mix, and you have a perfect storm brewing inside your body. You might feel it as a flutter in your chest, a strange, heavy sensation in your legs, or just a vague feeling that something isn't right. But by the time you realize it, the damage might already be done. So before you peel that next banana, stop and ask, is this truly energizing my body or silently overloading it? Because sometimes the most dangerous things aren't the ones we fear, they're the ones we've learned to trust. And if that shocks you, wait, because the next fruit, it wears a disguise. A sugar-filled trap pretending to be healthy, lurking beneath a dried, chewy facade. Keep watching. For dried fruit, the concentrated sugar bomb asterisk, you'll find them in trail mix, on oatmeal. Even in the so-called healthy corner of your doctor's waiting room. Raisins, dates, dried apricots, cranberries. What you're actually holding isn't a snack. It's a sugar bomb in disguise. Here's the ugly truth most people never hear. When fruit is dried, the water vanishes, but the sugar doesn't. In fact, it becomes more concentrated, more potent, and far more dangerous, especially for seniors with slower digestion, blood sugar issues, or a vulnerable cardiovascular system. A small handful of raisins is the sugar equivalent of eating an entire bunch of grapes without the fiber, without the hydration, without your body's natural defenses. Asterisk, most store-bought dried fruits are drowned in added sugar, or worse, preserved with sulfites, chemicals known to trigger asthma, migraines, and gut inflammation. While your mouth might not notice, your body does. Silently, steadily, with every bite, it begins to unravel. You think you're making a smart snack choice? Think again. Dried fruit can cause blood sugar spikes, digestive distress, and hidden inflammation. You feel vague. You don't sleep well. Your energy crashes an hour after eating, but you never suspect the fruit because it looks healthy. But don't lose hope, because for every harmful fruit, there are others that heal. Nature didn't just give us traps, she gave us medicine. Fruits to embrace after 60 now. Let's switch from warning to solution. From damage to restoration? Let's start with a tiny, potent blue fruit that might just protect your brain from aging. Asterisk 5. Blueberries. your brain's best friend asterisk. This tiny blue fruit can protect your brain from Alzheimer's, yet most seniors don't eat enough of it. Packed with anthocyanins, the deep blue pigments responsible for their color, these berries do more than just look pretty. They cross the blood-brain barrier, reducing inflammation inside your brain, improving neural communication, and fighting oxidative damage that silently eats away at your memory and cognitive function. In simpler terms, they safeguard your mind. Studies show regular blueberry consumption is linked to slower cognitive decline, better memory retention, sharper decision-making, and a lower risk of Alzheimer's. This isn't hype. It's hope for every senior who wants to maintain their independence, recognize familiar faces, and wake up with mental clarity. Asterisk, but that's not all. These miracle berries also help lower blood pressure, protect your heart, and stabilize blood sugar, a rare combination. That makes them perfect for those with diabetes or heart concerns. All that power in just half a cup a day. Sprinkle them on your oatmeal, add them to yogurt, or eat them plain and raw. No drugs, no side effects, just real protection in a natural package. Because in a world drowning in medications and synthetic solutions, blueberries remind us of something easily forgotten. Powerful medicine might already be growing from the earth. And if this tiny fruit can protect your brain, wait until you hear what a simple crisp apple can do for your heart. It might just prove the old adage, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
At 6.
Apples, the heart's guardian, here's what they don't tell you. Apples are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, a compound that latches onto cholesterol within your digestive system and pulls it out of your body before it can clog your arteries. For seniors looking to avoid heart attacks, strokes, and another prescription added to the medicine cabinet, this is critical, and it doesn't stop there. Apples are naturally low in calories and sugar, meaning they support blood sugar balance. A key player in avoiding diabetes flare-ups, arthritis, and unwanted weight gain that burdens your waist and knees alike. Plus, the fiber in apples doesn't just help your arteries. It keeps your digestion moving. Let's be honest. For many seniors, constipation isn't just an annoyance. It's a daily battle. One apple can make all the difference between discomfort and relief. Asterisk. But here's the secret weapon hidden in the skin: quercetin and flavonoids. These plant compounds act as anti-inflammatory agents that not only soothe your body, they help reduce the risk of certain cancers, cognitive decline, and inflammatory diseases that rob you of your clarity, mobility, and independence. Perhaps, most importantly, apples connect us to something deeper: memories of harvest season, crisp autumn air, and the satisfying crunch of the first bite. There's comfort in familiarity. And yes, even emotional nourishment supports health as powerfully as nutrition. Yes, an apple a day. It's science-proven self-defense. A simple fruit that helps you avoid the things nobody wants to face: heart failure, brain fog, digestive distress, and unnecessary medication. Gah. But if apples protect your heart, what about the fruit that helps regenerate your bones, smooth your skin, and nourish your brain all at once? 7. Avocados. The aging body's survival weapon. It won't catch your eye in a fruit bowl next to apples and oranges. But don't be fooled. This isn't just a fruit. It's a survival weapon for the aging body. While others load you with sugar, this one is loaded with the right kind of fat, monounsaturated fat. It's the kind that doesn't clog your arteries but actually protects them. The kind that nourishes your brain, reduces cholesterol, and soothes the inflammation that gnaws at your joints. You're not just eating avocado, you're arming yourself. For seniors living with or trying to avoid heart disease, this isn't a trend. It's a game changer. Asterisk, but the benefits run deeper. Avocados are rich in vitamin K, a silent nutrient that strengthens your skeleton, reduces fracture risk, and keeps you on your feet, literally. Because all it takes is one fall, one stumble, to remind you how fragile aging can become. They also provide potassium that stabilizes blood pressure, folate to improve circulation, and lutein, a rare antioxidant that protects your eyes from the slow, cruel theft of age-related vision loss. This fruit doesn't just protect your body, it uplifts your spirit. A scoop next to your salad, a few slices on toast. Unlike so many healthy foods that scream restriction and guilt, avocados feel comforting, indulgent, real. They say, "I'm here to heal, not to punish." And if avocados can regenerate bones, ease pain, sharpen memory, and clarify vision, then you need to ask yourself, what's next? What fruit can soothe your digestion and silence the chronic inflammation ravaging your joints without a single pill? 8. Papaya. The digestive reset. As we age, digestion just doesn't work as well. Meals that once seemed effortless now leave you bloated, uncomfortable, with acid reflux and sluggishness. But papaya comes with a built-in secret. Papain, a natural enzyme that breaks down proteins and eases the burden on your digestive system. No chemicals, no side effects, just relief the way nature intended. But this fruit doesn't stop at the stomach. Papaya is rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin E. These are nutrients that supercharge your immune system, repair your skin, and most importantly, fight inflammation. Make no mistake, inflammation is the invisible killer behind arthritis, heart disease, and even memory loss. If you feel stiff in the mornings, if your knees ache at night, if your immune system seems weaker than it used to be, papaya can be your body's silent ally, working all day to reverse the damage that spreads with age. No pills, no powders, no preparations. Just a few soft slices on a plate, and your body starts to heal from the inside out. Papaya is a silent storm against inflammation, a digestive reset button, and an immune booster wrapped in orange flesh. Because sometimes the most potent medicine doesn't sit on a pharmacy shelf. It grows on a tree, wrapped in skin. It's waiting for someone wise enough to eat it. Your daily transformation, we've explored fruits that protect your brain, your heart, your bones, and your digestion. But now comes the real challenge. How do you turn this knowledge into daily habits that truly change your future? The answer isn't complicated. In fact, it's surprisingly simple. Swap dried fruit for blueberries. Reach for an apple instead of candy. Spread avocado, not margarine. Add papaya instead of taking another pill. These small, consistent changes build something powerful. A healthier heart, clearer thinking, smoother joints, better digestion, and, above all, a renewed sense of control. As we age, our bodies change. And the foods we once trusted, grapefruit, bananas, cherries, dried fruit, might no longer serve us. They're not evil, but they demand awareness. Asterisk. So whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, don't believe that your best health is behind you. It's right there on your plate. The fruits you choose now aren't just nutrition, they're protection. They're your silent rebellion against decline. Asterisk if this message resonated with you, type yes in the comments. If not, type no. Right. We want your feedback, like, share, and subscribe to Mr. Senior Health for more insights like this.